Hello, good evening. It's afternoon here in Calgary, and I guess it's about 20 hours or 21 hours Zambian time or somewhere around there. So I'd like to welcome you to today's broadcast. Thank you very much that you could join us. We are trying to have these as quickly as possible because as regularly as possible because, of course, this issue is changing and issues are arising every time. So today, I want to address two things about Bill 10, just two matters. The first one will be the recording of Honourable Kasonso. So Honourable Kasonso is the MP for Solwezi. He is a UPND member of Parliament for Solwezi Central, but he supports. I understand that a youth phoned him one of the days and they very long conversation. And so I am going to play some of the clips from the conversation. Now, I know that there is probably more to the context, but I'm going to play a little and then we are going to discuss, okay? Now, what I have here, I'm not sure whether we have enough volume, but we'll try, okay? Now, if you don't get it, just let me know. I'm going to play it and I'll be commenting as Honourable Kasonso says some things, okay? So here is Honourable Kasonso.
So what is which area are you unhappy with? The area actually many. The freedom of expression will be limited. There's nothing like that. The issue of coalition government with coalition government will say no.
Okay.
But it was not officially amended, sir. We understand. No, listen. You should ask about the procedure of Parliament. You are talking from without. You are talking from without. How can it be amended when there is no debate? So now, are you going to debate about it or what? When we open a debate, that is when the minister is going to amend what we have recommended. I was a member of the...
So, the youth asked him the dangerous clauses that are in the Constitution, in Bill 10. And what Honourable Kasonso says is, we are going to amend when we debate, okay? And he says that they're not going to change anything until the Honourable Lubinda presents the debate in Parliament. He continues.
By the way, and also the rules of Parliament is a member of a select committee cannot be sent or vote against your own recommendations. You understand?
All right.
Yes, sir.
And then he says that a member of the parliamentary committee cannot vote against their own report. Professor Monandulo, an expert in constitutional law and parliamentary democracy, says that is not true. It is not true that a member of a parliamentary committee cannot vote against the report of its committee. That is not just true. The reason is the report of the parliamentary committee is the report of the parliamentary committee. It does not bind members away from the collective responsibility that they have with the party that took them to Parliament. So it is not true. Honourable Kasonso is lying when he says that, okay?
Yes. So now after you debate, that's when the minister for justice will amend it.
Again, line number 2. Honourable Kasonso is saying that after we debate, that's when the Minister of Justice is going to amend. The funny thing with Bill 10, and I think this is what citizens of our country need to know. The funny thing with Bill 10 is that, thank you very much. The funny thing with Bill 10 is that it's been rejected, soundly rejected by everybody, including Honourable Kasonso himself. So when he says that there is a parliamentary report, what that parliamentary report essentially says is that it rejects Bill 10. Okay, so if Honourable Kasonso actually has rejected Bill 10, the question that we seem to be asking is, If these gentlemen have rejected Bill 10, why are they still supporting the bill that they have rejected? Okay?
Why is it? Yes, why is it that you didn't at least maybe sensitize us? Because like you are telling me, you are supposed to come so that you sensitize us. You should be sensitized. Yeah, we understand. But I think yes, I can sensitize you now. Like the way you've asked, I can sensitize you.
Okay. Here's another thing. Honourable Kasonso is saying that now sensitize people about Bill 10. Now, what Given Lubinda and the Patriotic Front have been saying about Bill 10 since they made it into a bill, since they drafted it, they've been saying that Bill 10 comes from the people. Okay? Now, this youth is telling Honourable Kasonso to say, you're saying that this bill comes from us, but you've not sensitized us. Now, sensitization comes after, it's a process that comes after you've actually drafted the bill, which therefore begs the question, and this is the question that all Zambians have been asking, how come the Patriotic Front did not consult the people? They want to rely on post-draft consultation, post-draft sensitization about the bill. They are claiming that the bill comes from the people, and yet the people have no idea about the bill that the Patriotic Front is saying in the end. Okay?
So, I think that
all right, he continues.
So now I fully understood. Okay, so what is the way forward? Yes, what is the way forward? I have told even your president, I have told him, if the minister is going to amend, are you with me? Yes. If the minister is going to amend the constitution, amendments of what we recommended the select committee, as recommended, select of the speaker, as recommended, I'm going to vote for it. But if the minister does not amend it, I am not going to vote for it. Okay. You understand? I'm just requesting if you can withdraw the weight of saying my friend.
All right, and then they go back and forth. Again, Honourable Kasonso is going back to the same thing of insisting that if Lubinda does not change it, then I'm not going to vote for it. If Lubinda changes it, then I'm going to vote for it. But Honourable Kasonso is just one member of parliament. If Lubinda has all the other MPs that support him on Bill 10, then Bill 10 is going to become law, right? And what is Bill 10? The original document, the document that is before the floor of the House. So Honourable Kasonso cannot have it both ways. This is a grievance that we have, not only with Honourable, but with Honourable Copeland, with Honourable Lungwangwa. They have it both ways. They cannot say that they don't like Bill 10, but they're going to ask Lubinda to amend it, and after Lubinda amends it, that's when they're going to support the amendment. That does not make sense. For a bill such as this one, you either accept it or reject it. If you reject it, you ask Lubinda to withdraw it so that he can come back with a sense. But what is confusing with Honourable Kasonso and several other MPs is they're saying, we don't want Bill 10. We reject it. We don't want it. But even if we don't want it, we are asking that Lubinda changes it. And if Lubinda changes it, then we are going to vote for it. The problem here is, if Lubinda has enough votes, then the same document that these gentlemen have rejected will become law. That is not how to deal with national issues. If you reject a bill, let Lubinda know that you've rejected it.
Because me, I'm not UPA, neither am I. I am telling you as a concerned citizen that if the Minister for Justice, Honourable Lubinda, yes, when we debate, if the debate takes place and they amend Okay? Yes. Taking into account the recommendation of the Select Committee, which I was part, by the way. I hope you know that. Yes. I am going to support it. But if the minister is not going to amend, I can assure you I'm not going to support it.
It's already too late. You see the logic that Kasonso is using, Honourable Kasonso. Again, he is saying that he has rejected Bill 10, but he's asking Lubinda to amend. If Lubinda amends, therefore Kasonso will support the amendment. Again, the problem is Kasonso already knows that Bill 10 has a problem and has rejected it. The logical thing to do is to tell Lubinda that Kasonso is not in support of Bill 10. The problem again is, if this thing goes to second reading and Lubinda has enough votes in Parliament, Lubinda is going to pass the very bill that Kasonso is claiming to reject. So you cannot say that you reject this thing, but let us debate, and if you change, therefore we are going to pass it. The reason is you are just one vote. So the weight of Kasonso's vote is now to make Lubinda know that Kasonso has rejected this bill. But that's not what Kasonso is saying. He wants to have it both ways. Okay? And that's the problem we have. He wants to have it both ways.
All right. That will be a great move, and we're looking forward to that. Are you with your leader? I believe you've been standing to your west and you will continue standing to your west. Yes. If really what you are saying is what you are going to do, then it will be a very good thing. Otherwise, if you follow what you are saying, you are saying. Also, listen carefully. Yes, sir. If the minister, listen carefully again, if Minister for Justice is not going to amend our recommendations, which I believe are very good recommendations, they are in the interest of the nation. If he's not going to amend, you can be assured I am not going to support it. But if the...
Okay. He repeats the same thing. So since he has repeated it, we'll repeat it as well. Again, he is saying that he has rejected Bill 10, but he wants Lubinda to change it. And if Lubinda changes it, then he will support the changes. If Lubinda does not change it, then he's not going to support the changes. Again, this gentleman is just one vote, which means chances, if Lubinda insists, for example, and Lubinda has 2/3, you know what will happen? The very bill that Kasonso has rejected is going to be passed. Why can't Kasonso be courageous enough, right, and tell Lubinda that he has rejected Bill 10? It is as simple as that. This idea of dilly-dallying, saying that no, we are going to ask Lubinda to change it, is already too late. By the time that you are giving Lubinda the votes at second reading, and Lubinda manages to corrupt a few more MPs, then he's going to make this Bill 10 become law in Zambia. And once Bill 10 becomes law in Zambia, we have problems.
Minister is going to amend, as he is saying, Cabinet fact, they've adopted our recommendations. I'm going to support it. All right. You understand? Thank you very much. Yes. Tell my fellow. The minister has assured me he's going to change. If that's going to be the case, I'm going to support it. All right. I'm also going to say, regardless of what anybody says, yes, regardless of what you say, regardless of what anybody will say, that is my position. Yeah, okay. I've got to listen. I've got to listen. Can you listen? Yes, sir. Are you listening? I'm listening, sir. I've told President Lungu, yes, the Republican president, yes, do the right thing. Do the right.
How do you make, what do you make of what Kasonso is saying? He's saying that he has stood up to President to tell him do the right thing. Again, I think there is very little area of disagreement as far as Bill 10 is concerned. This is my submission. They have all rejected Bill 10. Kasonso is right. He's rejected Bill 10. The only area of difference is that Kasonso believes that even after he has rejected Bill 10, there is still a way to change it in Parliament. My submission is there is no way to change it because it is a question of numbers. If Lubindagan has enough 2/3 numbers, Bill 10 becomes law, regardless of what Kasonso is thinking. That is where the problem is. It is not enough for Kasonso to say that he's objecting to Bill 10. That is not enough. It is not enough for Kasonso to rely on the parliamentary report, the Nakachinda report. It's not enough. If you are standing up for the people, then stand up to President Lungu and tell him, you withdraw this thing because it has been rejected by the people of Zambia. There is no disagreement about the status of this document. Bill 10 has been rejected. Everybody that has gone through this thing are saying that they are not supporting it. The only difference is what Kasonso is trying to say. But again, it does not make sense.
Amend the causes that were recommended for people who appeared before our committee. I'm going to support it. If you don't amend, I'm not going to support it. Period. That's my position.
You are right, sir. No, thank you very much.
That's what that's me, Kasonso. Whether anybody likes it or not, that is the position.
Yeah.
Whether it or not, if they don't amend, they will not get my support.
Okay, I will also appeal to you to say the thing of you saying either anybody likes it or not, we voted for you, sir, and you need to represent us according to what we also understand. So in Zambia, this is
no, but I understand it better.
We go for majority.
I understand it better.
Yes, sir. You don't.
Hello. I understand it better.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You see, that is the arrogance that supporters of Bill 10 have. They're like, we understand it better. I understand it better. And they're not listening to the concerns that the people of Zambia have. It's an arrogance that virtually is going to divide this country. And it's dividing the country. How can you amend a constitution in this manner? That is the question that we are all wanting to find out. You know?
Which is good, sir. Better. Yeah. Thank you very much.
I will explain to you that the amendment which we did ourselves, the committee, which is that we cleaned up, we rejected 99% of what government has proposed.
Okay, did you hear what the last thing? Kasonso is saying that they have cleaned up Bill 10 and they have rejected 99%. Let me repeat that.
You need to represent us according to what we also understand. So in Zambia, this is
no, but I understand it better.
We go for majority.
But I understand it better.
You don't.
Hello. I understand it better.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Which is good, sir.
Better.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
I will explain to you that the amendment which we did ourselves, the committee, which is that we cleaned up, we rejected 99% of what government has proposed.
Okay. In his own words. Now, these are not my words. These are not anybody's words. In Kasonso's own words, he says that him and the committee, meaning the Nakachinda committee, they have rejected 99% of what the government has proposed. Now, I don't know what to make of this. Kasonso is saying that they have rejected 99% of what government had proposed. Now, it is not me saying it. It is Kasonso, Honourable Kasonso. And I've just been corrected that he's member of parliament for Solwezi West. He's the one who has said that the Nagachinda report rejected 99% of what government had proposed. And yet, earlier in the broadcast, the gentleman was saying that he has now gone back to President Lungu to let him do the right thing. It does not make sense. If government has proposed the bill and you reject 99% of what government has proposed, it is strange that you go back to the same government and tell them to change it. If you have rejected 99% of the government's proposal, why can't you garner enough courage and let the government know that you have rejected 99% of Bill 10? Which means, using Kasonso's own words, 99%, they've only agreed to 1% of what is in Bill 10. If you've only agreed to 1% of what is in a bill, isn't it logical that the most logical thing to do is to ask the government to withdraw the bill that you have rejected? Right? This is not something that someone else is trying to create, because what they're saying is, no, all the people that are opposing are just coming from nowhere. They have no. We are using their own words. Okay? We are using their own words. It is what Honourable Kasonso himself has said. In his own words, he has rejected 99%. Should I play it again? Okay? Should I play it again? Let me try.
You need to represent us according to what we also understand. So in Zambia, this is
No, but I understand it better.
I understand it better.
I understand it better.
Yes, sir. You don't.
Hello. I understand it better.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is good, sir.
Better.
Yeah. Thank you very
I
much.
will explain to you that the dimension which we did ourselves, the committee, which is that we cleaned up. We rejected 99% of what government has proposed. We've rejected. If you read our report.
Okay.
So,
Honourable Kasonso, he has rejected 99% of Bill 10. Bakwethu, 99%. Bakasonso, obviously, ni bakaondi. Bakwethu, he has rejected 99% of Bill 10. That's what, in his own word. What would you do with rejecting 99% of the bill? You withdraw it. There is no negotiation, right? How can you be negotiating with a government who gives you a bill that 99% of which you have rejected? What are you negotiating? These rejections are not from activists like us. These are rejections from the very parliamentary committee. 99%. How then do you support your contradictory idea to keep this bill in Parliament? %. And that's exactly what the Catholics bishops have said. Okay? The bishops of the Catholic Church. They are asking President Lungu's government to withdraw the bill. Because the bill, I come from Chwempala, and we had an expression for akavundula. You know what akavundula is? Akavundula kakobata abantu abene bali kalabwino ero mwasa baposera po akavundula, and it brings vundu, it brings confusion and quarreling and division and insults. You know, abene bali kalafebwino. That's exactly what Bill 10 is, kavundula. Because not even reasonable people are acting reasonably. Kasonso, 99% of this bill has been rejected, but still keep it in parliament. How does that make sense? Kavundula. Ichiwa. That's why butane ikwate chiwa. Ichiwa to an extent where it has now gone to the Catholic Church, no kubacha divide my bishops. The bishops issued a pastoral letter. You know what happened the next day? The PF Catholics, the PFMPs who are Catholic, to try and undermine what the bishops had said. From there, Archbishop Ali Banda, a very sympathetic PF Archbishop. Okay, everybody knows this is common knowledge. Bishop Ali Banda is a cadre. Archbishop Ali Banda. Who doesn't know? We all know. Everybody knows. All right, the political behavior of Archbishop Alec Banda of Lusaka. He is Patriotic Front. He's a PF sympathizer 100%. In fact, the Catholics, if you see the pastoral letter on Bill 10, it took 1 year for the Catholics to come up with a letter. My own speculation is there should have been some disagreement, particularly coming from Archbishop Alec Banda. That's my speculation. But finally, I think reason won over, and the Catholic Church, through the pastoral letter, they have written and they've said, no, withdraw Bill 10. But you see how the Patriotic Front people, Mlandu wa Kavundula, they go to where? They go to their to what they are calling their patron, Archbishop Alec Banda of Lusaka Archdiocese and Apostolic Administrator of the Ndola Diocese. They go and they appear posing for pictures with him, and he agrees and is smiling in the pictures. Kavundula. If collective responsibility truly binds President Lungu's cabinet, how can President Lungu's cabinet members go and divide the Catholic bishops? The Catholic bishop issued a letter and President Lungu's cabinet go to undermine the collective responsibility of the Catholic bishops. Baya Mukuchitapo's picture with a very sympathetic Archbishop Alec Banda. But the deed is already done. Okay, the Catholic Church has already issued its directive, its letter. They don't want Bill 10. No matter what Catholics in President Lungu's cabinet are thinking, the bishops of the Catholic Church who act collectively and who are bound by collective responsibility, they have come together and they have written us as citizens a very beautiful, wonderful letter. And that letter cannot be undermined by a few corrupt PF cabinet members who go and appear with their so-called patron. To create confusion, ukulete chimfulungania na kavundula. President of the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops, alemba asaina nokusaina nabambi ama bishops na archbishops bonse basaina. Bishop Lungu eba president of the Zambia Council of Catholic Bishops. Is it the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops? Basaina nama bishops bonse as a college, because it's a college of bishops. Basaina bonse elo nomba ama MPs nama ministers baba Lungu ba Katolika baya kuli umbi Archbishop Shikofu oba monokobati is the weakest link baya mukukopwana nkwama picture so that bapele impression okobati there is no unanimity among the Catholics themselves about what to do with Bill 10. You see what is happening. You see how Bill 10 is dividing the people of Zambia. You see the kind of confusion now. Nomba ichiwa chabra na kuli Katolika. You know, but Katolika bali bako a little bit more sophisticated. and they'll continue speaking up for the people of Zambia. If a bill is so rejected, why are you insisting? You know? This group of Catholic MPs apparently, that's an issue response Nkanduluo, Professor Nkanduluo, standing up to the bishops. Atiyo mkwai echirengere ni chota mwaberengere bio, echo mwalembere ya pastoral letter. Does that make sense? Nkanduluo, okweba ma bishops baba katolika, okweba titaba berenga bio 10, echa lengiro kwa batabaleme pastoral letter. And Nkanduluo goes the next day to take pictures with Archbishop Alec Banda. Is that normal? Is it normal? Mulenjeba Kasonso aberenga bill 10 actually reject 99% of this bill. Bakatolika baberenga bill actually reject bill. Ba Law Association of Zambia baberenga bill bachita reject bill. Ero nomba Nkanduluo n'abalwinda abati yo tamwaberengere bwino ekirengero ko bati mulembe pastoral letter. Does that make sense? Ninshi ababerengere fye bill bwino ni Nkanduluo epea n'abalwinda wabo ebe shive fye fire chitika ngani bill shiyo yakobati abe shive fye ni Nkanduluo epela eba li right fye beka Nkanduluo n'abalwinda eba li right bena yonsa yama institutions ya register object ati yota muberengere bwino kwene ekyo ekintu ekyo kirepangamano ero kairi muri biotene omumwene mwalanda okoba ati intambisho twarasuminishapo fye shakwalesa epela ati we are going to be ruled by Christian morality and Christian ethics. Efyo biotene ileranda ati Christian morality and Christian ethics. Nomba imwe Nkanduluo n'abalubinda mweba leranda pama Christian ethics and Christian morality. Ni mwebo kuntanshi, ni mwebo mwatampiapo ukuchitefyapo. Aina. No kuleta akunda pantu kwa imanga mulenda okuba muleleta Christian ethics morality ama bishop tali kumfu efyo ama bishops balanda tali Christian nation taive nomba mwatu kama bishops aba katolika muberengere. Does this make sense? Bishops of the Catholic Church have taken a year to write a direct letter on Bill 10. Alagutu waseka kwa tifiwe Nkanduluo batuka ama bishops ba Catholic Church atama Catholic bishops tababerenga bill at ukweba tifyonse fifo barera ndama Catholic bishops kuza baila fye umulando wa tababerenga ala Kasonso MP wako Solwezi West ebere 99% has been rejected. Imo mrefu wa Katolika basumini chefyo Kasonso 19 a document in which Kasonso has rejected 99%. Bakan. Zambians have said no to Bill 10. The only logical thing can be done is for President Lungu and Honourable Lubinda na Nkanduluo na bamyama MPs ba Katolika kuchita withdraw kumfua if the Catholic bishops have said abati document mulichiwa Bill 10 mulichiwa mukatyo tamulilesa yo amubalesa ngana mumfoko batinshi kwabo mupashi uwakutemwana ichibote okumfuana eko ungamwana tumumulilesa nombe chakwa chidocument chasaisa chalita kavundula pachipanda chimwenshi vatitamulire somwiyo tamulilesa muli satana muli biuteni muli shetani eka bantu kwena vena zambe balikhala fye bwino kwisa baletera chibiuteni ichi chalete chimfulunganya chipanda bakatolika balande kwa dio tamulandire bwino kuli yaki bishop omwishi bati myanango no atmwakula chindika obwina Kristo ama bishops bakatolika balanda ati yo nishi bwina Kristo nshi bwina Kristo watch pente those selected few Pentecostals that are supporting you a Christian nation independent nation. It has nothing to do with respecting the church or respecting Christianity or behaving in a Christian manner. Bantu kwena nanguli mwina Kristo. Kwasaba biwe yako bati yarete chimfulunganya. Tali imumwebe na Kristo. Mweba let Kristo pantu imwe. Mbalungu na balubinda na bankandulo. You're the ones who are saying you are Christians and you want a Christian nation. Tali ni mweba kuichindika. Mwaibwela. Mwaya ku bantu bonse abalekita objected alone nombato wamfwana shani amunti chani elo but we've rejected 99% of this document. We withdraw it for a winner. If bat nomba mwala konkanya bufe ko chitefe mulefu wa ko chitani bu shetani ni bu satana bu satani Ebu satanic. Emu mona kwati bu satanic bu satanic kutuka ama bishops wa Catholic. That's why Zambia is a Christian nation to refer wenu. Nombo mulo mwenu mwaleta mufi fimbi libiute. You're committed to the very things mulemberemo. Fire chitafe konaka mule konfiafie to, you see, that's what is happening here, because what President wants is and to strengthen the patriotic front after Butane is passed. As a result, nothing else matters. Everything else that they try to put in Butane is just being used as a pretext, right? In order for them to pass a bill that is going to make them rule Zambia forever. That's what it is. That's why they will not let go, because Butane is like a lifeline to them. Kashinedio bakatolika babebo ko bati fita fiweme fitsen anat no twaka na imwe ifyo mulelanda mwe bishops twala kuli bishop uwo tubereshe mwamune chimfurumbe ne chare cyo bareta that is the confusion that Ruben Kandwati ni immigration business na issue kwoko tamuneka kwati ifo chita afibwa so iyo mkwai iyo business ilifya bwino banka weso how business bwino mkwai iyo ndeli afya bwino if tapaji bwafya obwafya bulipo wako batiwe nkando baka hai teine ulembe shafi bakatolika eba miebere iwe nkanduko bati muchise withdraw Butane teine nemulanda ni bakatolika bati muchise withdraw Butane eba miebere send withdraw Butane bakatolika teine yo ngene wambika mushani mufyabo poba Ruben Nkando Enda Honourable Kasonso na bakatolika bamiebere nomba wa isa mkuntu kati yoni eine wambepe shafia bakatolika eba miebere ati withdraw Butane na bakasonso eba landire okweba ati bali reject 99% of what is Butane. Lero mwisa mkulanda ati yo business kwa business ya litifye bwino tulebomba fye bwino Mavis Ngosa, why are they insisting on the bill? They're insisting because Emily is for them in 10. Now, I'm on 2029 issue, so the only lifeline they have is to bill 10. Why they're doing this, Mavis? Right? That's the problem that we have with Bill 10. President Lungu will not let go of Bill 10 easily. No. He knows that is where his survival and the survival of the Patriotic Front is. And the key provision to their survival is this provision at section number 9. This is the key to their survival. Barenda tatuwa virenga Bill 10. Iyi nishirapo no kushira. Pari provision ya number 9. That is where, forget about everything else in Bill 10. This is where the issue is, and the PF willing to do everything to do this. This is the heart of Bill 10. Section number 9 of Bill 10. That is where it is. Let me read it for you. Elections to Assembly shall be under a mixed member electoral system as prescribed. If this becomes law tomorrow, kiss Zambian democracy goodbye. That is where the thing is. Okay? Fionsefi, coalition, Shan, no. Everything else, no. This is where the key is. That's why they can say in the new document, Yakwa Ruvinda, I'm calling it the Kelenka document. So this is Bill 10, this is the Kelenka document from Lubinda, the one that he claims, the one that he claims to have gazetted. What Lubinda is saying, but fear new, Kubula Bill 10, elo nomba shilamo. Lubinda is not serious. Namona. At new gazetting a new bill away. Babula Bill 10, elo bashilamo. Babula ink na elo nomba bachita gazette. Elo lila bachita gazette elo basamye bati dear Zambians touching Bill 10. No, they've not, because this thing is not even in house. In order for them to take this Kelenka document to go into the house, they must first of all withdraw this bill. First of all, bafure withdraw Bill 10. Elo nomba batwalech. Nomba mundo wako bati na basabayira, mwabe kato obufi bafira kuchita. Bafira okubepesha. Aine. Nomba kuisa fiati basa shiramo, basa Bill 10. Elo bashira umo. Bashira uramo. Mama. Elo dia bashira shiramo. Esa mieba ati yo mkwaito wachinji. Magic. So Law Association of Zambia read this thing and they're like, what are you trying to do? It's not me. It's the Law Association of Zambia. What is this? Anyone who is this new document, this Kelenka document is foolish. Everyone Lubinda balandire. Ukoba tonso ule question ichi document bapangire ndechi that Kelenka document. That is foolish. Nomba ni government ya msango shani. The Catholics, Bishop tamule bachindika. Na Law Association of Zambia tamule bachindika. Nomba nishi kwena. Njipusheko mwebeka la chalo. Hainu. Mwintendo wa iyo. Nde ipusha kofye. Bushe kwena. Ama lawyers mu Zambia. Bushe bali fulungana pakobati. Bamiebo kobati fita filore lemo. Balubinda beka. Baishi befintu. Mano. Ama lawyers abati tabao mfuapo. Mfu ikicho kwino. Ama lawyers abati since 1964. Now, ama lawyers tababombera fie from Zambia. Balabombera kunefichitika elsewhere because Zambia na Commonwealth thimofine amafunde yonse yamwene nentambi isham parliament shimoshine very similar. It's actually the same, very similar. Nama stages before it becomes, they are the same. Here in Alberta, in Canada, in the UK, Australia, in Norway, in Zambia, procedures are the same. Ama lawyer Zambia bati tabao mfuapo procedure iyo lubinda barefu huko. The question is, doing this? Lawyers, Zambian lawyers are foolish. A Law Association of Zambia. Bakalapash. So, what are we saying about this Kelenka document? It's a Kelenka document. If you have to mtu na kwa telivwe, arefu okukupola, akuipae. Ero asa afiseri we kuno. Ero okukunshi, asa krete ronga bread. Yes, bread. Sando. But no. As a person from Chuempala, something is not added here. Run away. Because I have to distract. Chitayu distracted you. Wasanga fiati wemuliwe. That's exactly what is happening. That's the Kelenka document. And so, Nomba, the other thing is, because of PF Babu, PF Babu, they are liars. So, you've actually not read the document. And you even begin doubting yourself, right? No, dear Zambians, Bill 10 is actually on the parliamentary website. So, go to Parliament of Zambia website. Just Google Parliament of Zambia website. And you can download it. The bill that is currently in Parliament. Bill 10. Na tubenga na inene wako tari kuno Canada na alichita na with na alichita download na kuprinta na printa na imo ne kutumwa ichita download on parliamentary website na Kelenka document ina it's available kutumwa ichita Google mwa isanga Kelenka document. I think that I upload on my website as well. Kelenka document, calling it the Kelenka document. Na recommendation Honourable Kasonso and his friends Vanagachinda. Nayena, it's there on the parliamentary website. Also, Uleberenga is coming to one conclusion. PF Niva Bala Bawofi Niva Kelenka. Yeah. Yom kwa na total so you can page, you can also subscribe to YouTube, not quite a channel on YouTube. So this is also to YouTube. So subscribe. Okay. We are going to be putting a very on YouTube. konkanyako okulanda kweffe. Okay, so leero at least twashimikako pali ba Kasonso, twashimikako na pali ba Katolika, Ecclesia Katolika. Okay. People on UPND payroll. Oh. Mulenje wa Katolika li on UPND payroll. I think something went wrong here. We've got to end. Very much for joining me today, and all the best, Zambia.